Hey guys, so today I'm just doing a book review on a sort of different type of book. The past two book reviews that I did were summer romance novels, and this is pretty different and pretty far from those. It is Cross by James Patterson. Now, this could be categorized as like a murder kind of mystery story. It's basically about this guy named Alex Cross, and he's basically, I guess he's a homicide detective, and I'll just read you guys the summary, it's easier. Alex Cross's most terrifying and emotional case may destroy him. Alex Cross was a rising star in the Washington, D.C. Police Department when an unknown man gunned down his wife. But his need for vengeance was placed on hold as he raised his children himself. Years later, Alex leaves the FBI to work as a full-time psychologist. His life finally feels like it's in order until Cross's former partner, John Sampson, gives him a chilling phone call. Sampson is tracking a serial rapist whose brutal MO includes threatening his victims with terrifying photos. Now Cross and Sampson need the help of the rape victims to stop the predator. When the case triggers a connection to his wife's death, Alex may finally catch the murder. Is this a chance for justice at last, or the culminating scene in his own deadly obsession? So basically it's just about this guy named Alex Cross, which I said before, and he is basically on the lookout for a psychopath named Michael Sullivan, and he's also known as the Butcher. Now this is a pretty bloody and creepy book, okay? It's very gruesome for the most part. I'm gonna read you guys a paragraph actually, and it's kind of gross, but it's not that gross. You'll get it's just a random paragraph on a page that I found, and I thought that was kind of gross, so not that gross, but like can kind of give you that feeling of what the whole book is basically about. So it's just two paragraphs, and I'll read them right now. The soldier who had stood up suddenly made his move, and the butcher's arm shot forward in a blur. He sliced off the tip of the man's nose, then the lobe of an ear. The soldier grabbed at his face in two places and stepped back so fast he lost his balance and fell hard on the wood plank floor. The butcher was fast and obviously as good as promised with a knife. He was like the old-time assassins from Sicily, and that's how he had learned knife play, from one of the old soldiers in South Brooklyn. Amputation and bone-crunching had come easily to him. He considered them his trademarks, symbols of his ruthlessness. So I'm going to read you another paragraph as well. Okay, so I'm going to read you another paragraph. It's a couple paragraphs after the ones that I just read. So here's one. Suddenly, Sullivan went down on one knee and stabbed the wounded mob soldier where he lay on the floor. He stabbed the man in the throat, then in the face and chest until there was no movement in the body. It was hard to count the strokes, but it must have been a dozen, probably more. So he is known as the Butcher, as you can see, because he used to work at a meat shop with his dad, I believed. It kind of explains it more in the book. And he likes to cut up people's bodies, and he takes pictures of them, and it's pretty gross the way that James Patterson describes this. It's pretty gross. So yeah, and the creepy thing is that after every time that he kills somebody, he bows like it's a show. It's so creepy, guys. Like, it's so weird. One con of this book is that the chapters are really, really short. I'm just gonna give you an example. Like, this is chapter 2. So it's just 2 pages, and there's like 130 chapters of it, I believe. So yeah, that's kind of a con. I don't really like short chapters. I'd rather have like 10 chapters, but them being like 10 pages each. There's over 300 pages in this book, and there's actually a couple other books. The next one in this series of books is Double Cross, and I also read that one. It was really good. I believe I read the next one. I know that I stopped somewhere because I was getting too like grossed out, and my dad wanted to read them. I would definitely recommend this book for teenagers that are from like 16 to 19, I would say. I read this in, I think, 8th grade, but it was pretty gross for me back then. I guess you could read it if you're really into this stuff or you want to become a homicide detective. You can read this. And adults also. I would recommend this for adults, obviously. My dad reads it, and he read every single one of them, and he thought that was amazing. And James Patterson is a really great writer, so. And I would also recommend this as like a present for your parents or your dad. If you want for like Christmas, this would be a great present if they like to read. So all in all, I really like this book. I think that you guys should go and check it out. It's pretty different from my 2 other book reviews. It's not a summer romance novel, which is pretty good. That's what I wanted to review. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, comment below, check out my beauty channel. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.